Hey everybody, this is Shannon with FilmFave. I'm excited that you're here with me today. I have a very special guest. Today we're meeting with Desiree Connell. Desiree is a writer, director, and producer and is responsible for some of the buzz that is going around about Bad Candy. Bad Candy is a horror anthology with stars like Zach Galligan, who played Billy from Gremlins, and Corey Taylor from Slipknot. It's getting tons of buzz in the film circuit right now and over 18 feature film awards, including other awards like Best Director, Best Actor, Best FX. I mean, this is just absolutely phenomenal. I had a chance to see this film in Atlanta and I was blown away, blown away. So I'm going to share the trailer with you and we're going to get to know Desiree in just 1 second.
Welcome back, kids, to the Psychotronic FM Halloween show. We continue down this dark and dusty road on the night when the space between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, when devils and demons walk amongst us, when the skeletons in your closet come looking to play.
You guys ready for tonight?
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
Remember what happened last year?
This is Chili Billy on 66.6 FM.
I got the really good candy.
Trick or treat!
Creepy Abby. Your only friends are dead.
Morning! It's Halloween.
The fuck is going on?
Or as we like to call it, Hell Hallows Eve. See? There's no I in team! Can you dig it?
Everybody, I'd like you to meet the amazingly talented woman of horror and good friend of mine, Desiree Connell.
Hi.
Yes, I'm so excited you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
People are raving about Bad Candy. It is just the buzz on the street and the articles that I'm reading online. It's amazing. How does it feel to be a writer and producer for such a successful film?
I think right now, with what traction Bad Candy's gained, it's definitely a good feeling knowing that you're able to create something that people get joy from, especially after the year we've had. But yeah, no, it's just a unique experience, and I'm happy to go along with it.
Zach Galligan from Gremlins, who played Billy, and Corey Taylor from Slipknot. What was it like working with such high-profile actors like that?
They're really chill. They're actually incredibly down to earth. And when we had the opportunity to discuss the project before anyone came aboard, I was told that they were pretty much fans of the film and they were excited to see it too, because the section that we filmed with Corey and Zach was the very end of our filming schedule. So at that point, they had seen the proofs of pretty much everything else. So they had a really good idea of what we were working with when we did this.
So they were really excited.
They were so happy, because normally you don't have the ability to be able to say, hey, this is everything we've shot. Here's concept art. Here's actual footage. This is what this looks like. You don't normally get that, but we happen to have it with this.
Well, would you say it was planned out like that to kind of encourage more excitement around the film?
I wouldn't say we did it with like a social media or advertising gain in mind. It was more along the lines that we wanted to make sure that our schedule matched the schedule of our talent. And sometimes you wait when they're available, and they hustled and they came in and they knew what they were doing. And it was great to interact with them and get an opportunity to really build up the scenes and the characters for both of them.
So what was your inspiration for this film?
I actually made a bet with my co-writer and director, Scott Hansen. I bet him that we could make a film for a certain amount of money, and it would still be fun and colorful, and people would want to see it. And I think we did a good job. That was kind of the inspiration of, like, you know, you don't need $7 million to make a film if you have a few tricks up your sleeve and, you know, you get some good information and you have fun writing it.
Speaking of colors, it is very vibrant. That's one thing about it that I remember seeing is how vibrant the colors were and the lighting were very well thought out. It was beautiful.
Yeah, Scott's incredible when it comes to matching the projected art design.
You played the would you say it was a fairy in that film? It's in the trailer.
My cameo. Yeah, my cameo was one of the sketches that Kira brings to life, and unfortunately meets her demise rather quickly due to the hands of her father or stepdad. But that was a blast. I love to kind of like sneak into my projects and do something tiny, like a Stanley cameo, and then dip.
Oh, it was awesome. The makeup and the outfit was just spot on. It looks so good. You look great in it. You look great.
Thank you. Shane and Tara are very talented.
So we love to hear stories and unique experiences on set. Do you have any that you've experienced on Bad Candy, or maybe even some other films that you worked on?
Oh, absolutely. Of course I do. I've also signed several non-disclosure agreements to not talk about some of them.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, we try to maintain that safety is our number one goal. So we try to make sure no matter what we do, as wild or crazy of fun as it is, that nobody gets hurt, and, you know, the equipment's protected and the properties are protected. And other than that, though, you know, when we're offset and people get together, you know, you can't control all that. Stories, after hours conversations and hangouts with talent and crew is pretty fun usually.
Sounds like you have a big family there of filmmakers, like you're really close knit.
I'm close with my crew because we've worked together for a long time, and Bad Candy took almost 2 years to complete based on the fact that I run and operate our company full time, and then I also do television shows in Atlanta.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. So you have a lot of experience.
I have a good sized resume.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What was that one thing that got you into filmmaking, like the very beginning stages of it?
Oh gosh. Okay, so I love Mel Brooks.
Oh my God, I do too.
Mel Brooks and all of Mel Brooks' films were the reason why I paid so much attention to detail, and I think it was specifically the scene in Robin Hood Men in Tights when Maid Marian's in the bathtub and she's singing that song, and the camera comes through and it breaks her stained glass window, and it's a fourth wall break, and it's super simple and funny, but that moment just made me go, huh. Okay, that's a thing. That's a real world. Like, this. I actually got to meet Cary Elwes not terribly long ago, and I explained to him that meeting him was very full circle for me because he's been in so many of the things that inspired me when I was younger. And goodness, like Men in Tights is one of my favorite films.
Once you decided to become a filmmaker, what did it take for you to get there? Did you go to schools or workshops or college? What would you say that helped you get to where you are today?
It's definitely a lot of who you know, really, truly in the beginning, unless you go to some crazy casting call and you become Harry Potter. Most of the time it's knowing people, and a friend of a friend says, hey, we need an extra person to do XYZ. And then after that, opportunity is what you make of it. You can be the type of person that seizes an opportunity when it's presented, or you can be the type of person to wait for something to come to you. But I don't think that that's the best technique if you really want to get ahead faster. I was what everybody does. I was like, oh, you guys are making a short film? What's that about? I want to do that. And that was like 15 years ago. So I'm really grateful for some of my friends. Shout out to JPix in Virginia Beach for always being kind to everybody and letting people jump in on things. And yeah, after I kind of got a slow start into it and slowly got to realize the reality of what it is to actually get hired and complete a job, I realized that I needed certain information to get ahead a little bit further. But I was very fortunate to have a couple of friends that were living in LA and were able to just give me some pointers here and there about, oh, if you do this, try this. If you do this, perhaps this route is best for you. And I had a good time. I had a good time exploring different departments. I've worked in almost every department in some capacity, except for G&E, probably, even though I've been my own G&E before. I did like special effects makeup. Scott and I met when I was doing special effects makeup, so that's kind of how we got together and joined in that venture with Digital Thunderdome. But yeah, I found that I was able to juggle a lot of things at once, and that kind of mentality can put you in more of a production side. I love producing because I love the creative aspect of problem solving and management. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy being an executive director where I am. I can control, the funds. I can control who's hired. I can control the pacing, make sure that we're running by certain standards, with OSHA and SAG and everybody that goes with the fun stuff.
And producing is a very hard job. You have to be clearly organized. You have to be on it all the time. And I know from experience is exactly where you are. It's you're very skilled in what you do, and it's exciting to see you just create. Just to create. It's been really a big joy to see what you're doing these days. So, what female is your biggest influence as you started and continue to grow professionally?
Oh gosh. Is it really silly to say myself?
No, not at all.
I thought like all these people that I met, I was like, man, if I was going to do that, I would do it this way. If I was going to do that, I would do it this way. Golly, I won't treat people like that. That's just, I thought that there were better ways to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And I continuously saw opportunities to try to change the narrative.
Yeah.
And so for a while, I was like my own number one fan because I had to be. And then shortly after, I got an opportunity to work for Michelle Obama, and she was incredible. I've worked for her twice now, and she was great on the fruits and veggies campaign while they were in office, but she was really wonderful on Becoming, and she's just a joy to be around and really inspirational.
I've never heard of anybody say it that way, and I think that's a really good takeaway from that is to use yourself as your own influence and admire your abilities to create and be better at what you do.
Oh yeah, I worked my ass off. I knew a couple of people that started it. Those people didn't just hand me my career. I had to hustle. I had to step into every room I could and sit at every table I could sit at just to prove to the people surrounding me and to myself that I was capable and I was intelligent and brave for stepping into some of the spaces I did.
Yeah.
It's not really talked about, but there's a lot of obstacles to get even into an introductory position, but resilience will get you there.
Do you feel like you have to speak louder or work harder because you're a woman?
Being a woman in film and television has its obstacles. I do most professions. Being a woman, there's a little bit more you have to prove. I'm trying so hard to change this in our industry. I'm trying so hard to lead by example by having conversations with the right people about hours spent working and safety and just because a woman is kind and welcoming does not mean she's your doormat, does not mean that she is there to assist you because she is a woman.
Yeah. That is beautifully said.
Sorry.
That is really beautifully said. What changes would you like to see, and how would they best be made? Like, as far as to help women in filmmaking?
There are opportunities out there for mentorships.
Mm-hmm.
However, we are still within generations of gatekeepers, if you will. And I think that mentality is changing. There are more women I'm finding. The more I work, the more I spread out and network, the more I find women that are, no, we don't do this. This is how we do it. We pay everybody fairly. We treat everybody fairly. We all show up to work on time. We all go home at the end of the day, and everybody does their job, and that's it. And whether you have a vagina or a penis doesn't change the fact that you can or cannot do your job. It's like tattoos. It's like,
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah, my tattoo is not going to do my job for me. So
what women are on your radar for people to watch as they rise in the industry? Like, do you know any actresses to watch out for, or actors or filmmakers of your own?
Locally and within relevance to this conversation, Haley Leary is killing it right now. She plays the nurse.
Very good too. She's
She's
actress.
and she was just in The Walking Dead, and she's
I
had
saw it.
multiple opportunities, and I'm so excited for her. She's doing so much work and she's killing it. Alexandra Lucchese, she's working, and she's in Tennessee right now doing stuff. And then even some of the kids in the movie. Oh gosh, we're so cute. They're doing great. Riley, who plays Kira.
Riley, yeah.
She's so cute.
She is adorable.
And I feel like as someone who's now watching what she's doing, I'm like, oh man, I remember that age. I remember going through that phase.
So speaking of horror films, hence Pennywise, what has intrigued you or interested you about horror films? What do you love about them?
That when you create fear, you're not really inventing something for someone to be scared of. You're really just tapping into something they've been scared of before. Mm-hmm. So when you make a scary clown, it's probably not the clown that's scary. It's more so the deep instilled fear that is just within the viewer that said, oh, when I was 6, I did not like fucking clowns. And now I'm watching this clown. I don't fucking like this clown. Yeah, it's like it rises up within you. The scariest movie I've ever seen is a movie called Sleep Tight. And
I've seen that one.
It is not in English. But I highly, highly recommend it. It is the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Well, I'd love to see it. I love films, even international films.
It's deeply psychological.
Okay. And I like films like that where you have to really think.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. It really makes you step outside of your box and kind of like look around and go, huh, okay. Yeah. I'm really going to lock my fucking doors tonight.
What has been your favorite project so far with everything you've been working on?
Ooh. Golly. I have to say, for the sake of relevancy in the last, I'll give it like 2-3 years, I did Becoming, and I got to hire all women. And that was really great because right as Michelle was coming out onto the stage, I gathered all the women and I was like, come here, all right. We all like huddled in the corner and we were like, oh, and then like her inspirational video plays and we're all sitting there like tears coming down our face. And it's all like women empowerment and like expressing like love for women and like how women just can do anything. Like tell us we can't do something and we'll do it 3 times over just to make sure we did it the best way possible.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
A little bit of healthy competition within yourself without berating yourself is helpful.
You are a woman of many hats and a master at all of them from what I can see. You work really damn hard. I've seen you in person working your ass off. And every time I see you, I'm like, fuck me, that woman works hard. Is she gonna rest anytime soon? Is she gonna rest at all?
I will say that my team is responsible for a lot of that too, though. When you show up to work, you want to be the best representation that you can be. You want to show up and say, hey, I got everybody. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your fucking back. Right. We're all gonna go home at the end of the day with smiles on our faces and money in our pockets. And we're going to create art because we can actually do that for a living. And so it's very important that everybody has a good time and everybody understands that it's not just one person. Like Scott and I work incredibly hard. And oh my gosh, do we cover way more things than we are even credited for. And we wrote the credits. It's just an overall sense of responsibility for the project and responsibility for your crew. And when people feel appreciated, we hope that they will, understand that we do appreciate them. We really care about them and they work harder. Product is better. Everybody has a good time.
Right.
Then you can look back in 10 years and go, man, that project, I loved that movie. We had so much fun and look what it did.
Yes.
And I want to do that for everything. I want to do that on every project. I want to look back and go, oh, I loved that movie. I loved those people. I loved all of it. That's what I want to do because the best project is the next one.
Wow, that's so well said. And I wanted to make sure that I said that I love to watch you work because to me it's just like what is going through her head at this time? She's able to handle so many things at one time. And the fact that you're on it every single time, too.
Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody has their days, but I genuinely try to, if I'm asking someone to show up for me, I try to show up for them.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And I think that that's part of changing the narrative moving forward. If I ask, if you hold 50% of this log, I'll hold the other 50%. Together, we'll get it where it needs to go. Take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but we'll do it. We'll get there.
Desiree, we are so grateful you have joined our show today. Can you tell people how they can find you or get more information about you to learn about your career and or Bad Candy at that?
Yeah, absolutely. The best way is to visit our website, which would be digitalthunderdome.com. And then you're able to go into the subcategories and find all of our film information. You can contact us there. Should you find yourself in Atlanta and looking for a possible day play internship or potential PA work, we are often trying to be the liberators of the gatekeepers, and we usually allow people to get a good head start because there's not a lot of people that did it for us, so we try to be the people that can do it for the next generation, so the next set of people that come along can say, gosh, we're so grateful for Scott and Des for not being giant fucking assholes and allowing us to come on their set and get an idea of things and then bloom and be beautiful.
Wow, that's admirable. That's really admirable. Not many companies will say that either.
It's really hard, but we think that that's how it should be done because Scott had a couple of times where he was just treated like trash for no reason, and he's so talented and he doesn't deserve any of that. And I've had that as well, and we just don't think that treatment is right, so that's why we try to lead by example.
We asked our very last question. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for your very last question.
Okay, this is the one that stumps everyone, all right?
Okay.
We always ask everyone this final question. What is your ultimate film fave?
Ultimate film fave? Ooh. Initially, I'd want to say Pan's Labyrinth because it is just, it's just an incredible movie. I mean, that's a film. That's a whole experience. And Del Toro is wonderful and really such great storytelling. But I got to say Labyrinth with David Bowie.
Sorry, I love it.
That movie changed my life. But the story is so powerful. The way the author crafts their relationship through time is There's it's like Cloud Atlas. This shit is so deep. Like, people don't realize how deep this story actually goes. And Jim Henson fucking knocked it out of the park.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. That's my film favorite.
Des, thank you so very, very much for meeting.
Of course, anytime.
It's always a pleasure.
It's called teamwork. We build each other up, and we all get to the top of the tower.
Yep, we're all together. That's right, absolutely. So you can find Desiree at Digital Thunderdome Studios, and if you love horror films or filmmaking as much as we do, then make it your film fave. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you real soon.
No, it's okay. My cats are fighting in the background anyways. What are you guys doing?
I don't even think I can hear it or anything, but
see, it's super loud to me because it's in the room with me, but like, they don't care. They don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry. What do you want?
Can we meet your crew? There's your crew right there.
This is Pennywise.
Oh,
Pennywise is 10 years old. We're about to celebrate his 10th birthday.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at you. What a cutie.
I'm a very good boy. I'm a very good boy. I love you.
So Pennywise, tell us, what's it like to have a producer as a mom?
He doesn't get a lot of hugs before I go to work because I'm usually in black.